Hey, welcome back everybody. You guys did awesome with that first intro video. Please feel free to share with your friends as this thing continues to grow. We got more than anticipated views on our first video, so that's incredible. So today, we're here for our first full episode. We're doing a breakdown of the NFC North. So we're going to discuss Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings. I've got some notes that I've written on each team. I'm going to give you a breakdown of each one of these teams, what I think they're going to do in 2025. I won't be telling you who I think is going to win the division. Those videos will come a little later, closer to the season here, but I will tell you kind of how I feel overall, generally, how they could potentially fare for the year. So we'll go ahead and start. Chicago Bears. They had some major additions, right, to their team this year. They really rebuilt the front of their offensive line, right? They brought in three new offensive linemen right in the middle. So they got a new center, Duman. They've got a new guard in Johnson, and they brought in an all-pro left guard in Joe Tooney. This really complete rebuild of that front offensive line should really help twofold for them. They're going to be able to run the ball a little better with that young quarterback that they have, Caleb Williams. They're going to be able to protect him a lot better than they have, protect any quarterback that they've had over the last several years. So look forward to this being a much improved team in 2025. I do expect this team to be much improved in 2025. However, I still feel like they're probably a year away from true playoff contention. I know the expectations in Chicago and amongst Bears fans is that they are a fringe wild card team this year, and they very well might be. I still think that they're a year away from that, just from some of the stuff that I've seen last year and how they maybe take steps to go forward. So you look at how they finished up last year, 32nd in total team offense, 28th in points per game, pretty lackluster in both of those departments, 27th in total defense, and 13th in allowed points per game, right? So they were a bend but don't break kind of defense last year. Whether or not that can continue, I'm not sure. I don't really think that they've done a lot to improve their defense to this point. Their improvements really have come on the offensive line and up front for that team. Looking forward to see what the Chicago Bears do with the built-in chemistry of Moore and Adunze, and with Caleb Williams being better protected, and then obviously Ben Johnson, an offensive-minded head coach. We'll really see what they can do. I still feel they're a year away, and probably still fourth in this division overall. Next, we'll talk about the Green Bay Packers. So Green Bay, listen, I love the addition, the first-round draft pick of Matthew Golden from Texas. I love that addition, giving Jordan Love another weapon in this offense. Christian Watson will return at some point. They also drafted an offensive tackle in the second round, so giving, again, kind of back to that Green Bay, protect that quarterback, give him weapons, give him the ability to do big things. I also really liked the addition of Mecole Hardman here. I don't know that he's going to have a huge impact on their wide receiver room. However, he's going to be a big asset for them in the special teams game. Kick returns, punt returns. He's electric when he gets the ball in his hands. Really looking to see if that young defense can continue to grow and solidify itself here. And I really do expect this team to be in the hunt for this division title. You look at how they wrapped up last year: 5th in total offense, 8th in points per game on offense, 6th in total defense, 6th in allowed points per game. I mean, this was really an all-around unit last year. They did lose A.J. Dillon. That might hurt them a little bit, especially goal line situations. We'll see. But ultimately, I really anticipate this team to continue to improve, and I anticipate this team being in contention for this division championship. Okay, moving on, we'll do Minnesota next. So Minnesota, they brought back a ton of their people. Specifically, they brought back running back Aaron Jones on a 3-year deal. They brought back Van Ginkel on their defense on a 1-year deal. Obviously, the big elephant in the room is they lost Sam Darnold, right? And they got a ton out of Sam Darnold last year, production-wise, and now it is all kind of left to J.J. McCarthy, right? And no one really knows what J.J. McCarthy will or won't do yet. He hasn't played NFL defenses. He hasn't seen that speed in a real game action yet. Hasn't been able to see those disguises, the blitzes, the stuff that NFL defense is going to throw at you. So that's the big elephant in the room, and ultimately, I'm uneasy putting them anywhere near their 14-win season that they had last year. I really think that this is probably a 10-win team, maybe 9-win team, maybe. They've got an extremely tough stretch in their schedule between 7 and 10, week 7 and 10. They play Philadelphia, the Chargers, Detroit, and Baltimore all in a 4-week stretch there. That's going to be really tough on them, especially with, again, an inexperienced quarterback. I expect this team to be a fringe wildcard team. Could they get in? Yes. I mean, a lot of it hinges on J.J. McCarthy. Lastly, Detroit. Detroit's been the bully on the block the last few years, right? They were very much one of the better teams in the NFL last year, especially when you look at their stats. 2nd in total offense, 1st in total points, 20th in total defense. They gave up a lot of yards, especially end of the year last year when they were hurt. But only 7th in allowed points per game. Defense really stood up nicely. And the biggest thing here, that defense is coming back healthy, right? Look out. Aiden Hutchinson's coming back, and everything I've seen from him on video of his workouts, he looks incredible again. So he's very well in the running for Defensive Player of the Year this year. You get Gibbs and Montgomery back as that 1-2 punch in the backfield. Who had lost that at the end of last year, and Gibbs is a fantastic running back, but Montgomery really brings that pop, right? Really brings the lumber when he gets in there. Excited to see what full season of Jameis Williams looks like, right? We haven't had that in either of his first 2 years in the NFL. Really looking forward to what that looks like, a full season of him. And then Amon-Ra, you know what you're going to get. He's going to be in the right place at the right time all the time. He's an incredible route runner. He's going to be clutch when you need him to be. You know he's going to be highly productive. They also have an incredibly tough schedule out of the gate, right? Right off the gate, they play Green Bay, Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Kansas City all in the first 6 weeks. Like, that's tough. They don't get a bye till week 18, and they've got a really weird one late in the year where week 16 they play versus Pittsburgh, and then week 17 they have to go to Minneapolis on a Thursday night, so look out for that. Ultimately, this team should, again, compete for the division title, and they're the boys on the block. Somebody's got to come knock them off, so we'll see if Green Bay or Minnesota or Chicago can do that. Once again, guys, you guys have been incredible so far. We're just starting out with this, but feel free to share with your friends. Hit follow so you can get all the updates as we do them. Next, we're going to do the AFC North here, probably coming tomorrow. Thanks.